welcome back to my channel. I'm actually doing another review video today on a palette that's pretty old. I'm gonna do another review video, if I can speak, very soon-ish. At least one I already have pre-planned. Sometimes I do review videos, I don't have them planned. I just like pick up a palette and I'm like, let's do a review. But this video I actually have pre-planned. I haven't ordered the palette yet because it's currently out of stock, but I've been stocking the website and I will get my hands on it. It's just taking a while and I do have a little bit of a cold, so if I sound a little funny, that's why. But today's video is going to be a review on the original Lorac Pro palette, and I'm actually going to pull out my other two Pro palettes here. But I do currently now have all three, and yeah, I'm very happy about that. I actually want to give you a little bit of background on the Lorac Pro palettes because they are some of my favorite palettes ever. I love how thin they are, but the Lorac Pro shadows are actually, they're the only shadows I've tried by Lorac, so I don't want to say by like all Lorac shadows because I don't know if they're like normal formula is the same or not. But Lorac shadows are one of my favorites. They're definitely top three. Anastasia and Too Faced are, you know, the others. But these palettes are incredible. They have that NARS type of packaging to them, and I really like the packaging. It does get pretty dirty though, and you guys know that the Lorac Pro 3, which is this one, is actually one of my favorite palettes ever. It's definitely top 5. It made it to my yearly favorites. It's the fourth palette. Actually, it's the third palette in my drawer because I reach for it that much. So if you like warm tones, this one's your girl. But if you like cool tones, this is the Lorac Pro 2, and this is actually the first Lorac Pro palette I had. And I bought this one because it was actually the only one in stock. And I've wanted the Lorac Pro original for a really long time now, but I've never been able to find it. And I finally found it in stock at Kohl's. So we're going to take the little insert out. I actually already threw away the box. But, yeah. And it comes with, all Lorac Pro palettes come with this guy. You guys have seen this in pretty much all my videos almost. This is the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer, one of my favorite eyeshadow primers. They all come with this. So now I have two backups. But this is what the original Lorac Pro palette looks like on the inside, in case you haven't seen it before. But the whole top row is matte and the whole bottom row is shimmer. That's how all the Lorac Pro palettes are set up, and I actually love the way they're set up. I love these, and they're super thin. If you can see how thin they are individually, they're pretty thin, and I love that. They're pretty easy to store, and you can have like so many of them in a row. So subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I have quite a bit of new stuff to try out for you, and I thought you guys would really enjoy this, so let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go in with the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. It says moisturizes and plumps skin for 24 hours. Mine's in the shade Classic Ivory number 10. It looks like it's a dupe for the Clinique foundation because it comes out on this like doe foot applicator. So I don't know how much I need, but I'm assuming quite a bit because it says tints. I'm going to apply a little bit more on my cheeks just because I feel like there's a lot of redness peeking through, and I'm not too happy about that. I think I'm going to do a bold lip, so I don't want like a whole lot of blemishes poking through, but if I end up like that, that's what happens. I like that it's on a doe foot applicator. I don't like putting foundation on the back of my hand because I always forget to wipe it off and then I get it like all over the place. I'm not kidding, that's happened on more than one occasion. But I like how it's on a doe foot applicator. I think it's pretty easy. I prefer pumps to no pumps though, so I'd rather pump it out than not have a pump at all. But I like how there's an applicator in here, and I like how it's blending out so easily. Like it really is. All I'm really doing is just dragging this brush around my face. I will definitely keep wearing it, but I would definitely call it light to medium coverage. I mean, it's definitely not like a light coverage, but it's definitely not full coverage. So I would definitely say light to medium. It's pretty easy to apply. It didn't dry super fast, which I like, and I like the doe foot applicator. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. If you are subscribed to Jessica Braun here on YouTube, she is a fellow Hoosier like me, but if you are subscribed to her, you have definitely seen this or heard about this. Kathleen Lights has talked about this. Other people have too. My mind literally just went blank of who's all used this. I'm pretty sure everybody's used this actually. It's labeled as a bronzer, but it's definitely a highlighter. I do agree with them. I have swatched it, but I've never actually used it. So I'm going to take my little favorite fan brush here, and it does kick up a lot, so we're going to blow some of that away. And we're going to put this on Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, so it's pretty. It catches the light beautifully. So if you are like all about the natural glow, or you just want this to like go to school or go to the office but you don't want to look like you're wearing highlight, I would definitely recommend this. I mean, it just catches the light beautifully. I'm usually not about natural highlighters, I mean, at all. You guys know that. Hello. But this just looks so beautiful, especially on camera. It's just catching the light from in here, and I do not have like special lighting equipment whatsoever. Like, I literally use the lights that are already in the room. So it's catching the light in here beautifully. Beautifully. Ooh, yes, I really like this. Despite the fact that there's so much kick up, this so far is a huge win. This is the Milani strobe light in the shade Day Glow. I'm worried this will be too dark for me, so I'm gonna try it right now, which might mess up my beautiful highlight I have going on. But I am worried it's gonna be too dark, so let's just... I feel like it's not highlighting enough. Okay, I mean, it's pretty, but I feel like it's definitely a tad bit too dark. Just like a little bit. I mean, I can definitely get away with it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, like, for me personally, I like my highlights to be just a tad bit more intense, and because this is so close to my natural skin tone, it's not super intense. I mean, when I swatch it, it is like a little bit too dark for me, if you guys can see that, but it is pretty. I think it does give a nice sheen to the face, so I do like it. So I might keep a hold of it for a while. It might be in a future declutter video, I don't know, it depends on how much I use it, but I do like it so far. But I'm going to take the shade White, which is just the white shade right here, and I'm going to use this to set that concealer down, just because I don't want it to crease. And yes. Okay, so I have really high expectations for this palette because, one, I love Lorac shadows. I also have the Pirates Caribbean palette, but it's not available anymore, I don't think. At least not from Kohl's, so I'm not going to show it. I have light pink, which is this one right here, because it's such a light pink shade and something that I normally would not do. So we're going to take that. I'm going to use that as our transition. Alright, I'm going to take the shade Mauve, which is this one right here. I'm actually mad at myself because I didn't have this palette before, because I wanted to do a really pretty mauve look. I could probably still do it, but now I'll just kind of be like, what's the point? These blend so beautifully. I'm going to take more of that light pink shade just to add a little bit more above that mauve color, just so I don't lose it in the blending process, because it is such a light color that I feel like I could easily wash it away. I'm going to take the shade Light Bronze, which is this one right here, and I'm actually going to take that on my finger just because I don't have a single packing brush that is currently clean, because my makeup brushes need to be washed pretty bad. And I'm just going to pack that on. I'll take the shade Sable, which is this one right here. It's right next to that mauve color. Can you guys even see that? Yeah, okay. Sometimes I hold up products and you guys can't see them at all, and I'm like, Haley, get with it. And I'm just going to, whoop, I almost put that on my cheek. Did you guys see that? Did I? No, okay. To highlight my inner corner, I'm actually going to take the shade Nude, which is this one right here. And I love the light Lorac shadows to highlight my inner corner with. They're always so beautiful. Ooh, yes. Can you guys even see that? Do you see that? Yes. I'm actually going to try out this as well because I want to. This is the Beauty Treats 88 Glitter Palette Special Edition. These are not like pressed glitters. These are like glitter gel type products. And I just want to pop one on just because I haven't used it and I feel like I should, because it's been sitting in my drawer for like a month. Not that long, but it feels like that long. Let's take this one right here, the second one right here, because I feel like that would go with the look the absolute best. And we'll just pick this up and Cream, which is this one right here next to that white shade we used originally, and we're just going to pop this right underneath our brow. Honestly, if I knew I was going to go like so berry on the lips, I would have done a little bit darker on the eyes, because I feel like I could have done a little bit more crazy, because I was actually going to go with like Video Vixen, the really, really dark one, but then I decided that I was going to do Nice to Fuchsia instead. So my final thoughts on the palette, I absolutely love it as I was expecting to. It's actually 8:30 at night, so I probably won't even be wearing this makeup very long, but I really, really like it. It's very pigmented, very easy to blend, and very creamy. If you know what a Lorac shadow feels like, these are absolutely no exception. I'll swatch a matte and a shimmer for you that I didn't use. That way you guys can really see them swatch. So I'll swatch taupe and then gold. I think the golds, like the shimmers in here, honestly feel like butter. They're so creamy. So, oh yes. And then the matte shade. Oh yes. So very pigmented, very blendable. I think absolutely anybody could use this. Beginner, a professional, it honestly doesn't matter. If you are a beginner, I would be just a tad bit careful because they are pigmented. So if you do dip in a little bit too much, you can get a little bit too much pigment, especially with the darker colors in here. But I feel like you, even like a beginner, could really use this because it's so user-friendly. I will compare all the insides to all three of them just in case maybe this one isn't your cup of tea. But it definitely has the same formula as the other two. They're completely consistent and they're absolutely gorgeous. So I had a really high expectations for this palette. So yes, let me just open them all up here and then hold them all up together so you can see them kind of side to side to side, if you will. These are all the colors. It's actually really hard to do this. So, you know, pick whichever one is like your cup of tea and I would run with it because these shadows are honestly, whoop, unbelievable. There you go. You can kind of see a little bit better there. But they're absolutely unbelievable. The Lorac Pro Original was no exception, which I kind of expected because if it is the original, I feel like it should be like the same as the others. But sometimes, I know you guys know what I'm talking about, that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes brands can get a little inconsistent and sometimes they can actually get better as years progress. But the Lorac shadows are amazing and I absolutely love them. So be prepared to see the Lorac Original in some future. I don't know why I'm putting that one in the back. I feel like that one should be in the front because the video is focused on that one. There you go. But be prepared to see it in some future videos because I absolutely love it. I'm feeling under the weather, but I just could not wait to do my review because I wanted to play so bad. And I mean, you guys know how it is. And I do like the palette a lot. So if you have any further additional questions for me, just leave them down below and I will get back to you, or you can tweet me or DM me on Instagram. All my social media is always linked down below. So subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will see you in my next video.